Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone joining from different places of the world. I'm greeting you from the lovely state of Vermont, which is in the northeast of the USA. I usually repeat that so that in case somebody new is joining, I want you to know where we are. And today we have not one, but two very special guests, dynamic duo and creative force, Michael LaFosse and Richard Alexander, who working
Hello.
as a team have been bringing lots of joy and happiness to the origami community for many years as teachers, as mentors. I want to welcome you both and thank you very much for joining us today.
Oh, thank you, Layla. We're delighted to be here, and it's so nice to be able to have the chance to see your wonderful work and your website and the community that you have had grow all these years. Thank you so much.
And welcome to Origami Do Studio.
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is where all of the magic happens in terms of Michael's diagramming and all of the computer Zoom programs that he does. Some of these people go way back with us, and they too have made this lifelong, I won't call it a commitment to origami, but maybe a fascination or a passion with origami such that they can't go too many days without folding something. And it's like a continual improvement or a constant reinvention of how you think about it. And it's just a wonderful thing to have that kind of passion for anything in life.
That's great, a constant reinvention of something that you're doing. That's some beautiful words, and great to hear the story of the name of the studio and how it came about. And
certainly many of Michael's models he's revisited and refined and reinvented certain ways to do certain things to raise the level. And it's like he also plays flute, and he plays the same pieces over and over, and gradually he understands more about the piece, and you can hear different things going on as he matures. So it is it's a wonderful thing.
See, yeah, that's very interesting that you bring it up, that folding a model so many times, and especially you that design your own model, but then study different options, different angles, how to refine it, how to make it more expressive. And that's something that that even as interpreters we can do. We can take the
oh, thank you for saying that. You're absolutely right. Oh my gosh. How often do we hear, I'm sorry, I'm not creative, I don't invent any new origami? People will apologize to us. And I thought, how many composers are there compared to performers? The music would die if there weren't these performers. And we have performers that really, really know how to bring the best out of the piece. And there will be people out there who will fold my work better than I, something that they saw in, or anybody else's work better than the designer. So,
and people that can do a little bit of each. They like to compose, perform, design. So it takes all kinds. Really.
So thank you for saying that. It's so
regarding teaching, Michael has always been one of my role models about teaching. I love attending his classes, and I took the classes because he's a teacher's teacher. He not only explains something beautifully, but he has a way to teach in a way very clearly, and many times I went, even if I had folded something before, I went to his class just to learn how to teach. So I wanted, in that regard, I wanted to ask you if you can give us like 3 tips on teaching.
Sure, and thank you so much for you're a wonderful teacher. The videos you put together and everything, it just shows your commitment and the quality of your care and in that. So well, if I'm a good teacher, I credit Lillian Oppenheimer, and so she was really one of the pioneers of the modern origami movement in the United States. And she was a wonderful teacher. One of the things that she told me, the first thing she said, use consistent terminology, use consistent language. If you begin to use a word in your explanation, know what it means, know how to use it, and use it throughout your explanation in the same way. Be consistent with your instruction. And she also said, read your crowd. If you're teaching, if you have, teaching live, she said, don't let it be a one-way street. You should be looking and listening all the time. You'll pick up who's struggling, who's not. You'll be able to pace yourself, and you'll be able to tailor, what you say. So you've got to read your crowd. You have to pay attention to your students. And then another thing she said, don't teach things that are too difficult. And she was saying, not too difficult for the audience. It's okay if you teach something complicated, but don't teach things above your head. So be a master of that project before you step into the classroom. Know it forward and backwards so you can spot trouble, and that you're comfortable with it, that you're not standing up there with stage fright because you're not really quite owning it yet. Those are the three things that I remember clearly from Lillian.
So thank you very much again. And thank you everybody for being here today. And for those of you who are going to see this recording later.